Hello everyone and welcome to the FPL Duo. This is Gameweek 38 deadline stream. So without further ado, we'll get straight into it. Obviously you may realise Huss is currently not here at the moment. He will join the deadline stream shortly, but for the moment it's me that is currently here doing the deadline stream, but he will be here later on to discuss his plans for the final deadline stream of Game Week 38. So without further ado, I will go through my team. So starting off in my team, we've got Steele, who's got Aston Villa away. And in the defence, we've got Trippier, who's got Chelsea away. Trent, who's got Southampton away. Mings, who's got Brighton at home. And for the midfield, we've got McAllister and Mitoma, who both have Aston Villa away. Rashford and Fernandes, who both have Fulham at home. And up front, we've got Isak and Wilson, who have both Chelsea away. And Haaland, who has Brentford away. And on the team bench, we've got Edison, who has Brentford away. Gibbs White, who has Crystal Palace away. Kilman, who has Arsenal away. And Luke Shaw, who has Fulham at home. Now, the captaincy is currently on Haaland for the time being. That's obviously going to change through these last few minutes leading up to the end of the deadline stream. And the vice is on Wilson. So it is going to be important, obviously. Well, not so important who you captain for this last deadline. Obviously, you would want to finish off the strongest in terms of your rank, as this is the final game week of the season. So for me personally, it is between either Wilson, I think, has a captaincy pick, or potentially Rashford. I think one of the two, I think, between the captaincies for me. But yeah, in terms of transfers, obviously, I only have one free transfer going forward into Game Week 38. So I wish I had two, honestly would, but because of what happened in Game Week 37, I've had to use a transfer in that game week. So yeah, I have to spend this one free transfer wisely. I'm not going to take any hits for this team. So if I switch over to my transfer page, I'll show you what I'm thinking of doing. So here you can see I have one free transfer and I got 5.2 million in the bank. Now there is a flag on Luke Shaw. If for those who didn't know, he does, I think, have a back injury and is 50% chance of playing on FPL. So I don't think Luke Shaw is going to start against Fulham at home. So I think he'll be on the bench for me, and I think I'll be playing Mings instead of Luke Shaw. But for transfer plan wise, I was considering taking out Isak, who does have Chelsea away. I just think he's less involved on that left-hand side. He doesn't get much as goal opportunities like Wilson does in the central position that he plays. So I think I'll consider taking out Isak. And the player I'm considering to bring in for Isak is this is a bit less differential, but it is going to be probably Harry Kane. He is 30% owned currently, so he's not much of a rank gainer, as I imagine most people have Harry Kane in their teams still, who are around my rank. So, but he is consistent Harry Kane, like he has been this whole season. He hasn't really blanked. He's always scored at least one goal in pretty much every Spurs game. Despite Spurs playing horrible, Harry Kane always finds a way to score a goal. And with their fixture against Leeds away, it's a nice fixture, I think, to finish off the season with, I think. And you could potentially, for those who want to go differential, you could go for Son. He is a bit expensive at 11.5 million midfielder, but he is a differential at the end of the day. And you'd want to bring in these differentials to obviously finish your rank as high as you can. So yeah, pretty much that is the current transfer plans. That obviously might change depending on what I'm thinking to do. If there's any other sort of way I can go in terms of players, but for now it is Isaac to Harry Kane. Now I'm just going to go read a few of your comments in the chat. So got a comment from Andy Mac saying, "Hi Jordan, lots of teams out there. What to believe?" Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster with team news and whatnot. It's going to be a. I am going to say the website may crash with all the news, team leaks, lineups, and whatnot, but hopefully not. Hopefully we can make our moves pretty well, and obviously have no issues with that. But yeah, hello, Ali Mac, welcome to the stream. Comment from Hamza saying, "I'm taking both McAllister and Matoma out for Eze and another differential thoughts. Matoma bench too, so that's why." Yeah, I'm not been a fan really of McAllister and Matoma, and in terms of Brighton assets, they haven't really been that great, if I'm honest, in terms of returns. It's been more of the other Brighton assets that we don't own, like Encensio. Sometimes Pascal Gross as well gets involved, and I think Undav has had a bit of a moment as well. But in terms of Brighton, it hasn't really gone the way of McAllister and Matoma. I own both of them myself, and I'm not really confident having both in the last game week 38. Even though they got Aston Villa away, there is, I think, going to be rotation with one or the other, with Matoma or McAllister. So yeah, I think taking just at least one of them out, like you are for Eze, is definitely a good move, as obviously we want to go for another player that is definitely going to play a full 90 minutes, and you would think obviously get a return. For another differential, I'll probably consider Gibbs White. Even though Nottingham Forest haven't got anything really to play for now, I still like Gibbs White as an option. I have him in my team, and he did get an assist when Nottingham Forest won against Arsenal 1-0. He did get the assist for that goal scored in that game, and I do like him as a different pick. His ownership is really low as well. He's cheap. He's 5.5 million, and he's 1.3% owned. So he's a decent player to go for, I think, in terms of differentials. But there is the other one if you want to go more expensive. Son for Spurs. I know they haven't been great this season, but could there be a nice surprise for Son against Leeds away? Who knows? But I do have a feeling Son is going to get something out of that Leeds away game. But yeah, it's in terms of midfield options, there isn't really many I'd like in terms of the fixtures that everyone has in this last game week. But the two I would pick, Hamza, is Son for expensive midfielder pick, or Gibbs White. And we've got a comment from Brian. Says, "Hi Jordan, cheers to you and Huss for the content all season." Well, thank you, Brian. We wouldn't have done this without you guys, obviously, supporting us through this journey that we've gone on through this season, and obviously the season before that. So we thank you, huge thank you to you guys, as we couldn't have done it without your support. And always thanks for watching our content. And Hamza says, "Sure, not starting confirmed." Yeah, I kind of expected that to happen. Obviously, a back injury is not really good news, whichever player has one. So yeah, that's kind of a blow, I think, especially with the final that Man United have coming up on, I think, next Saturday against Man City. So it does leave me a bit worried for that as well. We've got a comment from Drew saying, "Where's Huss?" He's got a personal matter to attend to, but he will be in the stream in a couple of minutes to discuss his team selection plans and what he's planning to do. So he will be here, guys. Don't worry. Huss will obviously be coming on the stream. He's just a bit tied up at the moment. Drew says, "I have multiple transfer plans." Yeah, I kind of have as well, multiple transfer plans that I could go for. And I imagine a lot of people do, especially when you want to just go completely off of, obviously, template. You just want to go get anyone you feel like is going to do well this obviously this last week, and hopefully they can return. But yeah, there is obviously a lot of options to go for. Juices Haaland, Bruno, and Isaac to Alvarez, Kane, and Salah, or Haaland, Matoma, and Isaac for Asensio, Salah, and Kane. For this one, I quite like Alvarez, Kane, and Salah, I think. The reason why I don't like the second option is I don't know about Matoma, whether he plays or starts. He should play minutes, but I'm not sure how many minutes he does play in that game. Obviously, there's always rotation with Zerbi, as Matoma has played a lot of football this season, and he has looked a bit leggy, if I'm honest. He hasn't looked what he was like early on in the season, where he was more consistent and on form. But at the current moment, Matoma has been a bit not quite there. So yeah, I quite like Alvarez, because I think Haaland will still not play more minutes than Alvarez will in this last fixture, considering he did start. Well, Haaland didn't start in the other fixtures, so it doesn't even have doubts with that one. But Alvarez is a good shout there for a different Man City asset other than Haaland. Kane, I'm considering bringing Kane in. He does have Leeds away, and Leeds have struggled, as well as obviously relegated from Premier League 2 potentially. So there is still something to play for, I guess, for Kane. And no matter what, Spurs always get goals, and it's always coming from Kane. Salah is an interesting one as well, because he has picked up a bit of form, Salah, later on in the season. So he's another good shout to go for. I quite like Salah in his fixture against Southampton away. So yeah, he could be decent in that one. So yeah, I quite like the first three players, Drew, to go for, to take out Haaland, Bruno, and Isaac. I think they're pretty good moves. And your current team is Trent, Trippier, Estepinian, Bruno, Rashford, Vittorio, McAllister, and Mahrez, Haaland, Isaac, and Solanke. Any other transfer plans you would make with 2 free transfers and 4.6 in the bank? Well, I think my main focus would be to take out the Brighton midfielders. I think obviously they haven't been performing that well. Well, they have, but it hasn't come from the right players like McAllister, Matoma. There's been less involvement, I think, from them two in the previous game week fixtures. So I would focus on bringing them out. There is a lot of attention for going for Eze in the midfield. He's low owned, and Crystal Palace have a decent fixture as well. Or you could go with, obviously I've mentioned this already, with Son. He's a bit more expensive in the midfield and low owned, considering how Spurs' form has been this season. It hasn't been great at all. So there could be a nice surprise coming from Son if he is to get something out of this last game. It's Leeds away, so it is a decent fixture where Son can redeem himself after not having the greatest season. Another asset in the midfield. I mean, you still got a lot of money as well. I'm trying to think who you could really go for in there. I'm actually going to have a look in the midfield, what options there are to go for that you could consider. I mean, there's Odegaard for Arsenal. He's been quite. I mean, he got a 10-pointer against Newcastle in game week 35. He did blank in 36 to 37 against Nottingham Forest and Brighton, but I still like him as a pick, because I think I think Martinelli and Saka, I think are doubts for that game. So maybe Odegaard does get something from that Wolves at home fixture, which is not a bad fixture for Arsenal. But yeah, I think in terms of options, Odegaard, Eze, or maybe Bowen or Almiron. I think one of those four I'd probably consider going for in terms of a midfielder transfer. For your second free transfer for up front, I quite like. Who would you go for the up front? Well, a lot of people are taking out Isaac. So if you're taking that, is it? I like Mbeumo, even though he has Man City, he could be a massive differential if he is to get anything from that game. Obviously, it's a tough fixture, and I don't expect much coming from that. But Tony did score against Man City previously, so maybe there is something Brentford could do, especially in Mbeumo, considering Tony is now banned. He could be the leading role in this. However, that match comes out in terms of results, Mbeumo could be a decent shout to go for, one that not many people would like to choose because the fixture is against Man City. Obviously, Alvarez, you've mentioned that obviously in your team to bring him in. Mitrovic is another one. Obviously, he's returned back from his ban. He did get a 13-pointer against Crystal Palace in that draw against Fulham 2-2. So it could be something from him in his last fixture. But he is against Man United. So it is one of those where do you think Mitrovic can score against Man United? Obviously, Man United can concede goals, and Mitrovic obviously can score them. So there is that. He's 12.6% owned, and he's 6.6 million. So he's a cheap forward and a cheap differential almost to go for. Other than that, there is not really any others I consider. Jesus, you could go for Jesus at 8.1 million, but he is a bit owned, 28%. But apart from that, I think the two I'd pick for your free transfers is obviously Son, and I'd probably pick in terms of forwards Mbeumo, just to go different, I think, for this week. Welcome to the chat, Chief. What are your captaincy options for this week, Jordan? Well, I'm kind of stuck with captaincy options because I do have one free transfer only. I was considering taking out Isaac, like I've done on the screen, and bringing in Kane, who has leads away. I was considering taking out Bruno Fernandes, though, and bringing Son in, but I don't have the extra free transfer to do it, and I don't want to take a -4 either, especially on Son, in case he doesn't get anything from that game. I think it's worth bringing Son in only for the free. I wouldn't do it for a hit, I don't think. But in terms of captaincy options, I think I'll be captaining Harry Kane if I do bring him in into my team. I just think he's been so consistent this season that he's almost guaranteed to score, and I'll be very surprised if he doesn't score against Leeds away. But at the same time, he is a bit highly owned, so would he be a nice captaincy to go for in terms of rank gain? But I think it's either Wilson or Kane, I think, for captaincy for me. Welcome to the stream, Anjay. Hey, man, last game week, come on. Yeah, let's hope we have a high scoring game week to end the season on. It has been a bit up and down, snakes and ladders in terms of points for game weeks, especially on the last double game week where we expected it to be a bit more high scoring, a bit of a dry spell, I think, for game weeks that we've had this season. But hopefully there was a lot of goals involved, and it's hopefully coming from those who we obviously own, and whoever you do pick obviously as differential picks. Welcome to the stream, Harry Davies. Kane should be starting, shouldn't he? I don't see why not. Kane's pretty much started every game this season. I don't think he's not missed a game, really. Harry Kane, let's have a look just to check that. Yeah, he's pretty much played 90-minute football the whole season, apart from obviously against Fulham in game week 6, but that was 77 minutes. Yeah, Kane's pretty much played the whole season. I don't see why he shouldn't play in the last fixture. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't for whatever reason that would be. But yeah, he should be starting, Harry. I wouldn't be worried about that. Dan Hilton, welcome to the stream. Afternoon, guys. Good luck today. Look forward to tuning in next season. Yeah, it has been not the greatest season, obviously, for both of us in terms of our rank, but I'm quite happy with my rank this season because it does beat my previous rank. I think I was about 900 and something K. I was just hovering just above 1 million. So considering I'm now around 200K now, I'm pretty happy with my rank this season. But yeah, hopefully it's going to be a nice and interesting season, obviously, next.
All right, welcome, guys. Welcome. Yeah, back. Sorry, guys, I was a bit late. But yeah, so interrupt you, Jordan.
No, I was just reading Dan's Hilton's comment, but yeah, welcome to the stream.
Yep. Sorry for being late, guys. Just had to do something. So, but yeah, I'm here now. Yeah, obviously deadline stream, so we'll get into it all. Discuss my team because I actually haven't done any of my moves yet, so I've got to make a move because I've just seen some of the team lineup as well. So a lot to discuss. So, where were we anyway? What were you discussing?
It's pretty much I've gone through my team, my potential transfers. I'm considering bringing in Kane for Isaac. Obviously, I only have one free transfer, so I can't take out Fernandez for Son, which I'm wanting to do as well. But yeah, that's currently what my plans are for the moment. And I'm just reading out the comments in the section for those who and for those who are doing the moves.
Yeah, I'll get my team up as well, and show you guys what I'm currently lining up as. I've not seen too many team news though, but I've heard Haaland's not playing. Apparently he's on the bench, so I'll have to probably take him out. But my team currently is Edison in goal. I've got a back three of Estupiñán, Trippier, and Trent. I've got a midfield five of Mitoma, McAllister, Salah, Mahrez, and Rashford, and I have Isak and Haaland up top. My current plan, or since Thursday really, was to do Haaland out for Harry Kane and McAllister out for Eze for my 2 free transfers that I have. So that's currently what I'm thinking of. However, I am slightly worried about Trent and Salah potentially missing out because obviously Klopp did mention that he could rotate and he probably will rotate. So Salah and Trent do worry me whether they start or not. But other than that, the team is as it is, and the 2 players I'll be bringing in is Harry Kane and Eze, I think. But yeah, nothing's changed. I don't foresee it taking a -4. You never know if I get confirmation about Salah. I mean, this comment here says both start confirmed. I mean, I've not heard anything regarding Salah, but yeah, let us know, guys. Yeah, I've heard about Alisson. Alisson doesn't start. I've not heard any VVD news. Have you read this one out, Jordan?
No, I didn't read that one.
Okay, I'll read this one out. With then Mitoma, Haaland, and Martial all benched. Out from Odegaard, Kane, Alvarez from -8. Poof. I'm not sure about taking a -8, you know. This late. I don't know if it will pay off. But someone like Alvarez could be worth it, and Kane. I'm not sure about Odegaard. Would you be taking a -8, Jordan, at this stage? I'm not sure.
No, I wouldn't take a -8, I don't think. I mean, I'd like to bring Odegaard in, though, because he does have a nice fixture, Wolves at home, and obviously Martinelli and Saka, I don't think are starting in that game. So Odegaard could be a decent shout to go for, but I wouldn't do it for -8. I'd probably do it for a free transfer, not really a -4 either. I'll be avoid taking hits, I think.
Ali Max says Vardy on the bench. Is Iheanacho worth a punt? I've seen the rumours. It looks like Iheanacho will be playing up front, and yeah, if you want a cheap forward, it could be worth it. Obviously, Leicester pretty much need to win, otherwise they probably will go down as well. The relegation spots they're still quite tight, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it all depends on Leeds and Everton in their games, whether one or the other goes through or stays in the Premier League.
Well, Leicester have to win no matter what today, so it could be worth it, obviously, bringing one of their players in because they've actually got something to play for, I guess. But yeah, what's your moves again? I missed what you were saying again. So you're bringing in back to your team. Who are you bringing in again? Sorry.
Okay, let me just. So basically, I had Isaac in my team, and I think I was taking out Isaac and bringing in Harry Kane.
Okay, Kane. So I remember you wanted Son.
Yeah, I went Son, but after Fernandez, obviously
Mhm.
scoring a penalty, and because I have only one free transfer left,
Yep.
and I don't think Isaac is going to be much involved in that Chelsea away game. I think I'll go for Harry Kane,
Mhm.
potentially captain them.
Fatality free hit draft thoughts: Ramsdale, White, Trent, Tarkovsky, Rodrigo, Salah, Son, Rashford, Firmino, Kane, captain, Alvarez as well, and the bench is Garnacho, Lewis. And he also says he needs to overtake Jordan. Um, I mean, in terms of a free hit draft, it looks. I think I like Kane. Obviously, I'd include Kane in there. Salah, Son, Rashford are fine as well. Anyone else you'd add Jordan on a free hit? I like Eze personally. Um, at Crystal Palace or even Elise. Um, I do think Palace's fixture is not too bad. So I wouldn't mind going for maybe a Crystal Palace attacker. Obviously, Palace play Forest at home. Obviously, Forest are safe as well, so there could be goals in that game. The rest of the team looks fine. I like the Firmino punt. If he starts, it could pay off.
Um, I like to go for Mbromo. I already mentioned it in chat earlier, but because he has Man City, I still think that's a good return for him in that game because Tony did score against Man City previously when they were
Mhm.
against each other. So maybe Mbromo could do the same.
Yeah. Obviously, he's got City. I mean, I do expect Firmino to start going back on Firmino. I think Jota will probably play as well ahead of Diaz potentially. So Jota could be a nice one as well if you want to go for a differential. But obviously, I'm not 100% certain because Nunes, I think, is back as well now from injury. So Nunes could even get a start. Um, was between Eze and Rodrigo. Should I do Mahrez to Salah or Brighton mid to Salah? Rather take out the Brighton mids personally and keep Mahrez because Mahrez is confirmed to start according to rumors and leaks. So I'd keep Mahrez. Who are you going with, Jordan? Elliot says Rico Lewis or Diego Dalot as a Shaw replacement.
Probably go Dalot. I think because at least if he starts, he won't be taken off during obviously the game. I don't think. I mean, there's a higher chance Rico Lewis could be taken off before 60 minutes. But so I think there's less rotation going for Dalot.
Yeah, I mean, it says getting Lewis allows me to keep Mahrez. With the games coming up now, the important games, and this is basically a meaningless game for Man City in terms of the league. I'd expect Lewis and stuff to play majority of the minutes. To be fair, unless he picks up an injury, I'd expect him to get this full game, just because obviously the final coming up and the Champions League, the two finals, sorry. Maybe Lewis gets the whole 90, but yeah, Lewis could be a good pick. Dalot, will Dalot start? I'm not sure. I mean, with Shaw being out, you'd expect Dalot to start. To be fair, right? Who would they play left back then? I'm just thinking. Because if Dalot plays, let's say Dalot plays, maybe put Malacia. Would they play Malacia Man United? He's not played in a while though.
Yeah, he has played football. What worse? The worst player to get injured, Luke Shaw.
Mm.
Not
Yeah,
easy to
I mean,
replace.
there's a big miss for Man United if he is missing for the final as well. Tricky Trees says thanks for the season, guys. Mahrez or Odegaard. Thank you, Tricky Trees. Obviously, I'm assuming you're a Forest fan. Well done for staying in the league, I guess, for another season. Mahrez or Odegaard. For me, it's Mahrez. I just think Mahrez is one of those players that's low owned. He has high upside. Whenever he plays, he usually gets a goal or an assist. I know in the last game week when he had that double, he didn't get anything really, but he's always involved, cutting in onto his left foot. And I personally am a big fan, especially with the with the ownership, I do like Mahrez. Jordan, would you go Odegaard though, or would you go
Yeah,
Mahrez?
I'm a fan of Odegaard. I've been a fan of him all season, and I think in his last fixture against Wolves, I think he could do something in that game and potentially get a double haul. I think for Arsenal. So yeah, I'm a fan of Odegaard in terms of the pick.
Okay. Another comment from Felix. Ended up doing Martial and Haaland, who are both benched for Alvarez and Kane. Not sure who to captain yet. Thinking Alvarez. Will he get 90 minutes though? All the best and enjoy the game week. Great content. Thank you for your obviously your kind words, Felix. The transfers look good, I think. Alvarez is going to start, and Kane, I think, is going to have a good game against Leeds. You'd assume so. Not sure to captain me either. I am siding towards Harry Kane. I think if I do bring Harry Kane in, I am tempted to go Harry Kane or maybe even Mo Salah. I could go to Salah against Southampton. Will he get 90 minutes? Do you think Haaland will come on maybe last 20, 25 minutes? Because I think Haaland probably will come on.
Yeah, I think Haaland will come on because he came on the last time for about 17 minutes. So there is a definite possibility Haaland will play a few minutes near the end of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Alvarez will play like pretty much 70, 80 minutes.
Mm. Yeah, I'd expect Haaland to maybe come on last 15, maybe 15 minutes or so and get those minutes. And hopefully if we for us or for me, I'm gonna sell Haaland, it looks like. So I'm hoping he doesn't actually score. McAllister to Rashford for a -4. Yeah, could pay off. Not a fan of taking hits, really, in the last game week. McAllister has... who does McAllister... Obviously, he's Aston Villa away. Rashford has Fulham at home. Obviously, Rashford is the better pick this week. But I know Rashford's so highly owned. I'd want to go a bit more different, personally, because Rashford is very template. And if you are going to take a -4, I'd rather do it for a player that can have you get a big green arrow if he was to return. Someone lower owned. What would you reckon about this anyway, Jordan? McAllister, Rashford for a -4.
No, I wouldn't do it. I don't think myself. Because McAllister is on penalties too, so if Brighton do get a penalty, then McAllister is the taker for that. Whereas Rashford, he ain't a penalty taker, and as we said, he's template. And if you were taking a -4 for him, I probably want to captain him too to make it worthwhile as well. But it's a tricky one, I think, for going with Rashford because you don't know what to expect, obviously, from him. But I'll probably rather take out Matoma instead of McAllister if I had to pick.
I'm 8 points clear in my mini league, and second place doesn't have Rashford. I mean, he may get Rashford in, but I mean, you could go for it if you feel like Rashford is going to score against Fulham. Then bring him in because Rashford is a good pick. I still think, obviously, Man United at home. They did score, was it 4 goals as well last game? So they are scoring a bit more now. So maybe you'd want to bring Rashford in. Also, back to my team. It looks like I'm gonna do Haaland to Kane. Who would you captain though? Would you go Kane against Leeds or Salah against Southampton? If those two are your options,
I'd go Kane against Leeds.
I am tempted by Salah though, because I feel like no one will captain him, and because of my rank, which is obviously 350k ish right now, to be different. But have you spoke about captaincy? Who's your captaincy on?
It's hovering between Wilson or Harry Kane. One or the other, I think, for me. It's going to be... It's hard to call Wilson or Kane. Who is going to get more points than the other? I'm siding towards Wilson, though. Especially when Man United scored 4 goals against Chelsea.
The only thing with captaining Salah for me is, imagine he gets benched, or I don't know, he gets taken off early, because there is that potential. Because Liverpool don't really have much to play for in the sense of in the sense of like they can't get top four. So does Klopp just take Salah off or not even play him? And unless there's any team news, but if I hear Salah starts, I think I'd go Salah ahead of Kane to be different at my rank. Haaland to Kane, yep, that looks all right. Grealish to Mahrez, Isak to Watkins for a -4, and maybe Mitoma to Eze because Shaw is benched. Yeah, there's a lot of hits there. I mean, if that's a -8, I'm not sure I'd do a -8. But yeah, I like Haaland to Kane as that's the move I'm going to probably do. Grealish to Mahrez could pay off. Grealish to Foden also could pay off. Isak to Watkins, Jordan. Are you keen on getting Watkins in? Villa at Brighton.
I thought about Watkins, but then he has dropped off of form a bit, and Aston Villa as well. So I wouldn't be entirely confident going with Watkins, but at the same time, it gives me the same feeling that he could do something against Brighton. So
yeah,
it could be one to go for. I think Watkins, as a lot of people have got rid of him since he's had his many blanks.
Yeah, if you've got a free transfer, it could be worth it. I'm not sure about a hit, if I'm being honest. What are some must-have players for -4? To be honest, I don't think there is any must-have player really for a -4. I don't see anyone that stands out that I think you have to get into your team. I think Harry Kane is one that I'm looking at. I'm thinking could be a good pick, especially with Haaland rumored to be benched. For a -4 though, there's no one really that sticks out on me. Obviously, it's not a double game week, so if it was a double, then things are different. In a single game week, essentially the player you bring in has to score, or the -4 is not worth it. So if you are taking the -4, I wouldn't be doing it for any defenders. Personally, I wouldn't take a -4 for any goalkeeper or any defender. For Harry Kane, -4, if you can't fit him in, I think it could be worth it, especially if you're going to captain Harry Kane. Salah could be maybe worth a -4 if you're going to captain him. But outside of that, outside of the premiums, I don't really see it. I mean, you could bring players in like Eze, but obviously there is that risk of them, not scoring. But obviously that's with any player you bring in, I guess. So, yeah, do you reckon there's any must-have players that that's worth taking a -4 for?
Besides Harry Kane, really, no, there's not really any. I'll take a player that's a must-have to bring in. The fixtures, to be fair, aren't really the greatest fixtures. There isn't really one that stands out, but I'll say Harry Kane's been the most consistent this season, so I'll probably say at least Harry Kane as a must, I guess. But apart from that, I don't think there's any other player I would say for -4.
Chief says, what about Alvarez for captaincy to be different? What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I did mention this in the double game week 37 about Alvarez being a good captaincy. I think it is a good one to go for, I think, to be different, because especially if Haaland's being benched, gives Alvarez that opportunity, however many minutes he plays, to get a return and could maybe get possibly 2 goals if he is to score early on in the game.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Alvarez, so I like that shout as a captaincy to be different. I think Alvarez, final day, he's going to want to impress us. Obviously, Man City have wrapped up the title. However, they still want to go out and win. They got Brentford away. Obviously, Brentford did beat them earlier on in the season, I believe. So maybe Man City want to get a bit of revenge on them. Alvarez is having a great season himself. So yeah, I think Alvarez could be a very good pick as a captaincy. I wish I could fit him into my team. I can get him in for a -4, but I'm not sure if I should do it for a -4, to be fair. But yeah, I'm a fan. I could bring Alvarez in still for a -4, to be fair. I think he could be worth a -4. Alvarez. Who should I captain, Rashford or Alvarez? I'm on Alvarez personally, especially knowing that Haaland isn't going to start. Then Alvarez is more attractive now. He's going to get more chances to score. Brentford have a lot of Brentford have Europe to play for. I mean, yeah, they're only 1 point behind Spurs, and they are 2 points behind Villa. So yeah, you are right. They can still nick the Conference League if they win and then Villa lose. So they still need to win, to be fair, Brentford. So yeah, maybe Man City. It's hard to say how Man City are going to do it. Do you think? I mean, I don't see Man City ever taking it lightly, but obviously there will be a slight drop off because they're gonna you expect them to rotate and rest some players. Obviously, Haaland. There's going to be a few more. I'm expecting that will miss out, like KDB and whatnot.
Yeah, especially when they drew against Brighton in the last fixture. I think there wasn't really much going to getting a win because it's not necessary for them to win because they've obviously done that. So yeah, there is a bit of a lot of relaxation with Man City squad, and obviously they want to take it like a friendly match, really. So yeah, Brentford. I said, like I mentioned, Mbeumo could be a decent player to go for because there is something to play for Brentford.
Does Wilson start, guys? Not heard anything on Wilson, have you?
Problem is with Newcastle, you don't really hear lineups for them. But as far as I know, Wilson is a starter. I shouldn't see, unless he's injured. That's the only particular reason why I would see him benched or not starting.
Yeah.
But I've not heard anything about Wilson.
Yeah, I might start making my transfers because Ali Mac does say, do you think the site will crash? Potentially, it could do because there's only 15 minutes left now, and a lot of people are going to start making moves. So I'm going to try get my moves in early now. David also says transfer in Eze or Rashford. Hard to say. I'd want both. So if you're chasing, I think Eze is the one to go for because Rashford is so highly owned. But Rashford could punish you as well if you don't have him. But surprised people don't have Rashford. This late, I guess a lot of people sold him, didn't they, after his injury or his illness? So yeah, I'd go Eze just to be playing the upside. If you're happy with your rank, then I think Rashford. But yeah, Jordan, I'm gonna make a move on this team. I'll switch it back to my transfer page. So let's say I got 2 free transfers and 0.3 in the bank. Haaland will go out for Harry Kane. McAllister will go out to become Eze. And I got 0.9 left. And that's for free. I could do Isaac Alvarez for a -4, which does tempt me because as you guys know, I am chasing, and I want to make some moves up the rank again. But -4, I'm not sure if I'm being honest. Is it worth taking a -4? But knowing Alvarez start does entice me. Would you in my position, Jordan? Would you just keep Isaac, who's got Isaac has Chelsea away? Or obviously Chelsea have just conceded 4 to Man United, or would you keep Alvarez? Or sorry, would you bring Alvarez in?
I'd probably just keep Isaac. If I'm honest, I don't. Well, is it for -4? Or is it free?
Isaac to Alvarez will be for a -4.
Then I'll probably keep Isaac. Unless you're going to captain Alvarez, obviously, then yeah, I'll probably say yeah, you could do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm thinking Salah or Alvarez or Kane now. If I get Alvarez in, it makes it tougher. Also, yeah, a lot of people in the chat are saying that Mitoma is the one that's benched. So to take out to take Mitoma out and leave McAllister in there, basically.
If Mitoma is benched, then I might play Gibson White over him.
Also, guys, let us know in the chat. Also, I've done Kane and Eze in for free. Would you do Alvarez for a hit for Isak, or would you rather just play Isak? Let us know in the chat. I want to see the Brighton news. Is there any reliable sources confirming it? Oh, the Man United team's out apparently. So De Gea, Dalot does start, Maguire starts, Lindelof starts, and Malacia starts. Casemiro, Fred, Sancho, Bruno, Garnacho, Rashford. Garnacho. Anyone?
Interesting. Ganache. Ganache.
I'd be tempted with Garnacho if you want to take a punt.
Yeah, absolutely. I could, I would.
Play Isaac, says Ali Mack. Yeah, I'm not. Isaac's been a bit frustrating because I've owned him when Wilson's been getting all the goals. Obviously in that game week where Wilson just destroyed Isaac, and I didn't have Wilson, and not sure. Play Isaac as well. Play Isaac. I really do like Alvarez for a -4. El Padrino says, afternoon, lads. Good luck. Yeah, good luck to you, El Padrino. Hope you're well as always. David with a comment, Jordan. Enciso or Mitoma?
I can't say his name.
Enciso.
Enciso.
Yeah.
I'll start Enciso because I think it is rumored that Mitoma is benched from the chat previously. So yeah, I'll probably start him. And yeah.
So you start Enciso. Yeah, it looks like Mitoma's bench, but I don't know how true that is. Basically, Haas thoughts on Firmino. I think Firmino could be a good differential. Obviously, it's his final game as a Liverpool player because we know he's going to leave after his contract expires in the summer. So obviously he came on, didn't he, last game and did save Liverpool a point. So yeah, he could be a good pick. I'd expect him to play some minutes. There's rumors that he's going to start, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I think he's a good pick. Ali Mack also says he's done a -8. Let us know, Ali Mack, who the players you've bought in. Captain Bruno or Rashford, Jordan, and why?
I'll say Captain Bruno. Differential pick. He's different to go for. Less owned. Rashford. He's more owned than maybe captained by a few more managers, but yeah, I'd probably captain Bruno. I think there's more upside if he does get returns because he's obviously less owned than Rashford.
Penalties as well.
And he's penalty taker too, which he did get one at the last weekend.
Very dubious, but yeah, he is the penalty taker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, guys, you guys might want to make your moves because unless the website crashes, that's still a worry. Let's leave Isak in for now. So I'll do Eze in. I need to see the Brighton news because I'm worried that McAllister may get dropped. Not seen any Brighton team news. Where's this come from? This whole Mitoma being benched news.
I think I will do my moves now.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. So. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna do mine as well. Actually. Yeah, I'm gonna take out Mitoma because there's too many rumors going around about him. And I'm going to captain Salah, I think. I'm going to go with my gut. I think Kane. I just feel like Kane's going to score. All right. Have you done your moves, Jordan?
Not yet.
All right, sorry. I'll do my moves and then I'll let you go. So I'm taking out Mitoma for Eze and Haaland's going out for Harry Kane. That's for 2 free transfers. So leave me with 0.8 in the bank. Make transfers. So there you go, guys. Confirm. I'm just doing them a bit early in case there is obviously in case the website crashes or anything like that. So that's the team currently lining up. I've got Kane as my captain. I could switch it to Salah last minute. Kane or Salah, for me, it's a tough one. It's like 50-50 right now. I do fancy Salah against Southampton as well because obviously Salah's on penalties as well. But yeah, Kane for now, I think. Jordan, do you want to do your moves or?
Yeah, I'll do my moves now. So yeah, let me make transfers. I think I'm What it is. So Isaac out and Harry Kane in for one free transfer. Very last transfer made the season, so I'm going to confirm that. And without further ado, the captaincy, I'm going to put it on Wilson, and I'll vice it on Harry Kane just in case Wilson doesn't have to start. So, that is the team, the final team for this season.
Okay, nice. Switching it back over. Kane, Maddison, Iheanacho. Okay, so that's the players you've bought in. Interesting. Going big on Leicester then. Do I take a -4 for Alvarez now? For Isak? So I'm not sure about Isak against Chelsea. I know Chelsea have conceded just 4 goals, but I feel like Wilson is the one that will probably get the goals. I don't know.
It might be the game where Isaac gets all the goals and Wilson might not.
It was a bit better against Leicester. He was more involved against Leicester, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was much more involved against Leicester. He was just unlucky because Newcastle hit the post 3 times.
I'm just looking. He hasn't scored since game week 32. He got 2 goals against Spurs, and then he hasn't scored in his last 6 games. And in his last 6 games, no goals, 2 assists. So a bit frustrating owning Isak, I think, in the last 6 when I bought him in. Stuck between Alvarez and Wilson captaincy now, says Chief. So yeah, it's a tough one. I do like Alvarez, as I mentioned, as a captaincy. Obviously, Newcastle can still get third, right? Or Man United. I mean, they need Man United to lose or draw. And then they need to win. So there is still third place sort of up for grabs. Would you do Solanke to Alvarez from -4, Jordan?
Yeah, I would if I was captain Alvarez.
I mean, yeah, Solanke's got Everton, so that could be a tough game. Obviously, Everton are, fighting for relegation, and they need a win as well. So, could be a tough one there. So yeah, I'd do Solanke to Alvarez for sure. Botman to Gabriel or Mitoma to Eze for a -4. I wouldn't take out Botman. I don't think Chelsea struggle to get goals. You could just play Botman, I think, and Mitoma to Eze for free. I'd rather do that rather than I don't think it's worth making defender transfers this late -4s. For an attacker though, I would take a -4, but not a defender. I think. What about you, Jordan?
And yeah, for defenders, I don't think, unless you need to bring a defender if you have injuries or benching issues, then no, I would really take a -4 to bring in, or to take out a defender like Botman if he's going to play anyway against Chelsea, because you could get a clean sheet against Chelsea, and Matoma could potentially be benched, and Arsenal could concede a goal against Wolves. But for Eze for -4, I wouldn't do it for -4. I'd do it for one free transfer instead.
So we read this one out. I did Haaland to Kane and Mitoma to Eze. That was straight. They're the moves I've done. Play Trippier or Dalot. Obviously, Trippier has Chelsea. I still think I'll play Trippier. Dalot obviously has Fulham at home, so it could be a decent fixture, but I think I'd play Trippier. But if you are chasing, maybe you want to take that risk. But you can see Newcastle getting a clean sheet against Chelsea, so I would be. I think I'd play Trippier. Would you agree, Jordan?
Yeah, I think I would play Trippier because he is back on form now. Trippier, he did get a 9-pointer last game, and he's against Chelsea, which seems like another good fixture, even though it's away for him. So I think that'd be, especially with Trippier's ownership, I think he should be the one you should play.
Okay, cool. So all our moves are done pretty much. I'm on Kane captaincy. You're on
Wilson.
Wilson, sorry, yes. Obviously, I could go Salah last minute. But yeah, other than that, the team's done. I was looking at -4. Take Isak out for a -4, but he's got Chelsea. Chelsea have just conceded 4. I'm not sure I'd want to take him out with Chelsea's form. Captain Rashford, Hamza, Ali Max says, thanks for all the content this year. Best of luck. Yeah, thank you guys for your kind words. Obviously, thank you guys for watching as well, all the content that we made. We plan to be back, obviously, next season, making more content and want to improve as well in terms of our graphics and everything. We got a lot of things planned for next season, and we'll be improving it over the summer. And hopefully, yeah, we'll see you guys again for next season. And yeah, we'll do it all over again. We have another stream today, though, later today. So this ain't the final stream, guys. We will probably go live again at around 8 p.m. UK time. We'll let you know on Twitter to review our season, basically. So like a season review. So make sure you do tune in. Make sure you are subscribed, and do tune in later today for that one. And also, if you haven't already, make sure you like as well and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I don't think I'm going to change my team. Actually, I'm going to go. Mahrez is not my vice. I'll just switch over to bench order. Hopefully Ederson plays. I think Ederson does start, actually, according to rumours. But yeah, there's only like 3 minutes to go, guys. So get your plans locked in, or your transfer plans. I'm seeing if there's any early team news or any late team news now. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it with what I've got. I'll regret if Alvarez gets 2 goals or something. But yeah, guys, let us know what your moves are. Let us know who you're captaining as well in the chat, please. And yeah, we've got to do score predictions, Jordan.
Yeah, for all the fixtures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's obviously a lot of football. Yeah, the season's over already. Like, how do you think? It's gone quite quick, hasn't it? You'd say
it has flown by the season. But it doesn't feel like it's literally now the finish of it. But yeah, it's been a snakes and ladders sort of season. It's been one of those where it's been a lot of surprises in it.
Because I've not enjoyed this season for a lot of reasons. If you're a Liverpool fan as well, but even in the FPL, it's not been the best season. I don't think. Not my best rank so far, but here's hoping to next season that we can improve it. Apparently the website's down. There's a minute left, and apparently the website's down.
So everyone doing their last transfers at the very last.
Yeah, a lot of people are last minute. But yeah, I best get the fixtures up. Hamza says, just took a -8, had to bring in Salah because of my mini league. Ooh. I'm not sure about deadline's up anyway. Deadline's up. Deadline is up. I'm not sure about Kane going Kane captain. I bet he doesn't score the 1 week I captain him. Yeah, let's see. Have we overlooked Rashford, for example, or underlooked Rashford, I should say?
Yeah,
Fulham at home could be a good fixture for him.
it could be. But Man United haven't scored much or many goals in each game. Well, apart from Chelsea, it's the highest scoring game they've had this season.
Oh, sorry, hold on. Let me share the correct screen. But yeah, guys, make sure you drop a like on the video as well. And make sure you are subscribed. So let's do score predictions and then we'll wrap it up. And then, yeah, we'll go watch the games. So yeah, score predictions for the final time this season. Sorry, next season I will keep a track of our predictions and we'll like do a little tally, so how many we get right, etc. From starting next season, so that should be good. Starting off, obviously all the fixtures kick off at 4:30, so they're all being played at the same time. Obviously Villa and Brighton on TV, as well as Leeds and Spurs, BT Sport. So yeah, it's quite a few games on TV. Yeah, let's start with Arsenal at home to Wolves. What's your score predictions, Jordan?
I think Arsenal can win comfortably 3-0. I think in that game, and Odegaard to maybe get a hat trick.
Oh, Odegaard. Have you got Odegaard?
No, I haven't got Odegaard, but for those who do, I'm hoping he gets a hat trick in that game. For those
Why do you hope that he gets a hat trick if you're not got him?
Well, why not? A bit of consideration for everyone else that hasn't had much of a season, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal. I think Arsenal will win quite comfortably. I expect them to win. Surely. I've actually predicted a lot of draws and losses for Arsenal in the last like 3-4 game weeks. I think it's the first win I'm predicting for Arsenal. So I've been bang on about Arsenal when I said they drop a lot of points in the last 10, and but yeah, I do think they'll win comfortably in this one. Moving on to Villa at home to Brighton. How do you see this one panning out?
I see goals on both sides in this one. I'm gonna go with 2-2. I think
2-2. Okay. I'm gonna go for a. I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win for Brighton. I think Brighton will top it off and get the win to cap off an amazing season for them. And I think Aston Villa will probably just end up losing by the odd goal. But yeah, I can see it being a draw as well, to be fair. But I'm gonna go for Brighton because I think they've been great this season. 2-1. Moving on to Brentford at home to Man City. Brentford have an outside chance still of Conference League. Man City have tied the league up. Obviously, the winners they've got 2 finals coming up as well. There's going to be a rotation. We expect Gundogan to be benched, De Bruyne to be benched, Grealish, Haaland, all these players. Do you see any way that Brighton could get something maybe as a surprise, or do you think Man City, whoever they play, they'll probably win anyway?
there could be a little surprise from maybe Brentford. They have upset Man City before against each other, so I'm going to go with a bit of a controversial score. I'm going to go 2-1 Brentford.
Oh, that'll be interesting. But I don't see that happening personally. I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Man City win. I think it'll be a tighter, but hopefully Mahrez, obviously as a Mahrez owner, he can get me something in this game. So yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Man City. Moving along to Chelsea at home to Newcastle. Obviously Chelsea are pretty much mid-table, not much to play for. Newcastle can still get third if they win and Man United lose or draw. How do you see this one going?
I'm pretty sure with this one Newcastle can get the win and finish as high as they possibly can. I'm gonna go with 3-0 Newcastle.
3-0 Newcastle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a 3-1 Newcastle away win. So yeah, I think Newcastle will win quite comfortably. And then yeah, Chelsea. It looks like Mauricio Pochettino is actually confirmed now officially. I believe I saw that on my phone. So yeah, let's see what Chelsea do next season. Obviously, it's been a shambles of a season from them, really. But yeah, I'll go 3-1 Newcastle and to top their season off. Palace at home to Forest is the next fixture. Obviously, I've just brought Eze in, so I'll be keeping a close eye on that game to see if Eze actually does anything. Score predictions.
Yeah, it could be another high scoring back-to-back one. I'll go with 1-1, I think, not the Forest against Palace.
You're going 1-1.
Yeah.
Okay. Both teams are safe, I guess. So not much to play for in that sense. But I think there might be some goals. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw from Palace and Forest. Why not? Hopefully Eze can get on the score sheet. Moving along to Everton, which is one of the most exciting games, really, in terms of the final day, because Everton, there is some jeopardy. They need to win pretty much just to be safe. So Everton at home against Bournemouth. Do you think they get the job done?
Yeah, I think they can get the job done like last season when they were in the same situation. But yeah, I think Everton can win that at home, and I'm gonna go with 2-1 Everton.
2-1 Everton.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Everton win. I think Everton will just about do enough and stay up. I think they will be safe. And moving along to Leeds, who I think will probably go down. Obviously, they've got Spurs at home. Obviously, this is a must-win for Leeds. Do they have any hope, really? How do you see this one going? Do you see Harry Kane just relegating Leeds, or do you think Leeds might have a bit of fight back in them?
I can see Spurs relegating Leeds. I think Leeds have had so many problems with injuries and whatnot that I think they've run their luck. So I'm going to go with it's probably not going to be the most favourite pick, but a Spurs win, and probably go 3-1. I think Spurs.
Okay. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw, I think. I think Leeds might get a point at Spurs, especially being at home. So I'm going to back, even though I've captained Harry Kane for some reason, I'm going to go for a 2-2. Harry Kane to score, but yeah, Leeds to get a point. Moving along to Leicester and West Ham. And Leicester are another team. Leicester sit 18th right now, 2 points off safety. So if they win and Everton lose, they could still survive, I guess. But yeah, it's a big game for Leicester. It looks like Leicester are going to go down as well, along with Leeds. So do you see Leicester getting anything in this game against West Ham?
No, I don't really see it happening unless Leicester come out all guns blazing. But West Ham have seemed much better in the previous few games they've played. So I'm going to go with West Ham win. And I'll go 1-0 West Ham.
Okay, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, I think. I think another draw here. So yeah, I think Leicester will probably nick a point. That will give them 32, which probably won't be enough anyway. So yeah, I do think Leicester will be going down. And then moving on to Man United at home to Fulham. Man United are currently third. They could secure third with a win. What's your score predictions?
I think Man United can finish the season off strong with a win. I'm going to go with. I'll go for 2-1 Man United win.
Yeah, I agree with your scoreline. I think I'm going to go for a 2-1 Man United win. I think Man United, obviously, it's going to be interesting to see how they play because they've got Maguire and Lindelof back, which ain't great, I think, for them. But Garnacho does start, and I think Garnacho could be a good pick for those that took the risk. I could see him potentially getting something, so that could be interesting for Garnacho owners. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Man United win and maybe Garnacho to get a goal. And then finally, moving on to the final game, obviously Southampton against Liverpool. Southampton are officially relegated, so they don't have much to play for. Liverpool are sitting in 5th right now, and they can't get top 4 or they can't finish. Liverpool will finish 5th no matter what. They can't go up or down. So essentially, this game with two teams, not really much to play for. You know, what do you see? How do you see it going?
Well, I should think Liverpool do get the win in this game. They're Southampton at home. And, they're pretty much relegated from the league. So they're playing for the pride, but I think Liverpool can still win. I'm going to go with 2-0 Liverpool.
Sorry?
2-0 Liverpool.
Oh, okay. Okay, Southampton already down. So, I think Liverpool should win, but Liverpool are expected to rotate a bit. Don't know how much rotation there will be. But I'm gonna go for a 3-1. I think there might be goals in this one. So yeah, I'm going to 3-1. And yeah, that's it pretty much in terms of the fixtures, guys. There's 10 games for today, so enjoy the football. We'll see you again. It's not the final stream. Join us around 7 p.m. UK time, I think. Yeah, around 7 p.m. To go live and to review our season and our final rank for the 22-23 season. Johnny says, yo, guys, thank you for the whole season. Great work from you. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate it as always. Everton draw and Leicester win is enough for Leicester. Everton draw and Leicester win is enough for Leicester. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You are right there. And Elliot says, all the best, guys.
Thanks,
yeah. All the best to you guys as well. Hopefully, you guys all have a good game week. Obviously, it is a bank holiday as well. Bank holiday Monday tomorrow. So, hope you guys enjoy your extended weekend. And yeah, join us 7 p.m. if you like. And that is it from us. I think we're going to wrap it up here. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has joined the stream. Thank you for your comments as well. And if you haven't already, make sure you do smash the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to our channel as well. Anything else you'd like to add, Jordan, before we do go and watch the football?
Well, thanks everyone for the season. Couldn't have done it without your support, but yeah, we'll obviously be back later for the season review. But good luck in these fixtures today, and hopefully you finish the season off strong with a green arrow. So take care, and we'll see you later.
Yep, see you later, guys. Peace out.